Hello, friends. So, I want to catch you up with some of the things I've gotten from the Lord since November 8th. And this starts with a dream that I had. In this dream, I was told, don't read Revelation 13 out loud. I believe it said out loud. It may have just said don't read it. But I woke up understanding that our words are powerful, and when we declare what it states at the beginning of Revelation 13, that it will come to pass. And just in my spirit, I knew the Lord didn't want that to come to fruition yet, apparently. So, and then on November 15th, my youngest son had a dream that he was in a basement up on the hill above our house. He said he was with two of his friends, and when he came out of the basement, there were soldiers that took them captive. There were planes and helicopters flying all around, and he said that while he was captive, his friends distracted the soldiers so that he could escape, and while running in the woods, he slipped, fell, got knocked out, and woke up back in captivity with handcuffs on. These are just dreams that stood out to him, and to my other son I'm going to mention, felt like they were more than just regular dreams to them. November next one is November 27th. I heard in a dream, I will erupt the natural order. And then I woke up thinking, did he say disrupt the natural order? But then I looked up erupt natural order, and it said on Google, can be interpreted in several ways, primarily related to challenging established systems or natural phenomena. To erupt this order would mean to disrupt or fundamentally challenge this inherited balanced system. Chaos versus order, human-made systems versus inherent universal processes. A natural event could be a literal interpretation, like volcanoes, earthquakes. The phrase is a call for a radical change or a dramatic disruption of an established system, whether philosophical, social, or less likely literal, meaning natural disaster. And then on December 19th at 3 a.m., I had a dream that my husband and I were talking by the front door, and I asked him, where are the kids? And he said they're outside. So I opened the door, and there was a horrible storm. Wind was blowing very hard. Things were flying around in the air like a tornado or hurricane or something, and it was very dark outside. I remember it being like this thick, smoky darkness. And I tried to shut the door, and I had to use all my strength to shut it. And then I see smoke coming from the basement. And I run down the steps, but I start to lose consciousness because I'm breathing in this toxic fume. And in the dream, it didn't seem like it was smoke. It just seemed like it was this horrible toxic fume, and I start swaying and struggling to breathe. I try to go back up, and then my husband runs down and immediately falls over in the stairway. And when I woke up, I realized it was hard to breathe. And so I looked up basement dreams, and it says they can symbolize hidden foundational subconscious aspects, deep-seated struggles, or need for purification or fire. Fire in the basement could mean unresolved sin. It could symbolize Holy Spirit or refiner's fire working in foundational areas of a believer's heart to cleanse and refine them from the inside out, though this process may be painful. It also stated that it may be a call to let go of your inner turmoil before it consumes your whole house. So this could be a word just for me. It could be something that helps someone else. That if there is inner turmoil going on in your heart, that you and I need to give it to God. We need to let it go, stop holding on to it. It will eat us alive. Also, something I thought of was the enemy is waiting at our door. The enemy is a storm coming to consume us from the bottom up, from the outside in. He's coming from all areas, and we just need to be ready and armored up and in the Word so that we know how to respond to these attacks on our life. And now I'm going to go on to my youngest son's. He said he was coming out of sleep on December 21st. And he heard, in 365 days, I am coming. And I believe that he's very young, so I don't think that he even knows 365 days is a year. I don't think that maybe he has heard that term before, but that was just something that he woke up and told me. And then on January 4th, I had a dream where me and several people were climbing this cliff to get to a cave. We were working really hard, and when we got into the cave, this large drone flew by. We all held really still, and then it flew back and turned and looked inside the cave and started shooting at us. And then I woke up and I remembered what the drone looked like, so I drew it. I actually looked up drones and I couldn't find any that looked like this. I looked up government drones, just regular drones, and none of them looked round and kind of large like this. And my drawing is very crude, but here's kind of what it looked like. And then lastly, I want to mention my oldest son's dream on January 1st, 2026. Said and this is the second time he's had this sort of dream. So he was standing in a field. It was dark. He looked up and saw an enormous asteroid. He said it looked like the moon as it flew over his head. And he had a very weird feeling in the dream. So I just like to mention everything that I get and my children get that we feel is from the Lord. And you can take it to the Lord and ask and get confirmation also. So I hope you're all doing well. God bless you.